Welcome to video lesson, students. This is chapter 3 of 10th mathematics. Today's session is regarding the division of polynomials, that is exercise 3.4. This exercise is very important and you may get 4 marks question from this exercise. Let us work out some of the problems from this exercise. See, this is the question. See, look at this question. This is a cubic polynomial. The degree of this polynomial is 3. Therefore, we can say this one is a cubic polynomial. We have to divide this p of x polynomial with a g of x. So, it is very easy to divide a rational number, but this is an algebraic expression. So, to divide this algebraic expressions, we have to follow some of the steps. So, you look at this. So, we have to divide this cubic polynomial with this quadratic polynomial. So, for this, you have to compare the first terms. So, you look at this first term, it is x square, here it is x cube. You have to compare these two terms. So, with what expression you will multiply this x square to get x cube. So, let us see here, x square minus 2, you have to multiply with an x. When you multiply this expression with x, you will get the answer as x into x square, that is x cube minus 2 into x, 2x. So we have to compare the first terms in both the expressions. So we have to multiply with x. Therefore, I'll place the x in this bracket and I'll put the answers like this, x cube, and here we got minus 2x. So we should not put minus 2x beside this, below this minus 3x square, because this is a second degree polynomial, whereas this 2x is a first degree polynomial. So we have to place this minus 2x below the first degree polynomial only. So this x is here, there is x, and here also x. So let us subtract now. When we subtract, the symbols will change. The minus will become plus and plus will become minus. When plus x cube minus x cube will get cancelled, and you may bring this term minus 3x square and minus 3 down like this. See, and this one plus 5x plus 2x, you will get plus 7x. Now again you have to compare the first terms. Here there is x square and here there is minus 3x square. So with what expression you have to multiply this term, that is x square minus 2, to get minus 3x square. Let us see. See here, x square into minus 3. When you multiply these two terms, you will get minus 3x square. The same thing we need. See, whatever is there in this position, the same expression we should get like this here. And minus into minus, you will get plus 2 3s are 6. So with what number, with what integer you have multiplied, that is minus 3. So whatever I write in this bracket, the same thing you have to place here. See here, like this, and you have to write this answer below like this. See here, this one is a constant, plus 6. It is a constant. So you should not put this constant below this 7x. You have to write constant like this. So again, when you subtract, minus will become plus and plus will become minus, and these two will get cancelled, and you may bring the 7x down like this, and this one minus 3 minus 6, you will get the answer as 6 plus 3, it is 9. So is there any terms left out still? No terms. So this is the remainder. So what is the remainder? The remainder is 7x minus 9. And what is the quotient? The quotient is x minus 3. See, like this. This is very important problem. Let us see one more problem here. See, this is also a cubic polynomial. But when you observe this, these terms are not given in an order, in a standard form. This is not in a standard form. We have to rearrange this one to form in a standard form like this. Here, there is a x to the power of 2 is there. Here, x to the power of 3 is there. So you have to rearrange the terms. So as when you see here, this one also, the x is first term, whereas the x square is the last term. So this one also, g of x also, you have to rearrange and make in a standard form. So here you have to divide this expression, that is p of x, with g of x. How you will divide? Let us see. Let us see the division. What I have done first, I have rearranged. So first what you will get? You will get x cube. Yes, minus x cube. With the symbol you have to write minus x cube, and here it is plus 3x square, and next one minus 3x, and next is the constant like this. And we have to rearrange this term also, this expression also. See, first x square, then x, then last there is a constant. Again, in this problem also we have to compare the first terms. So what is there in first terms? Here minus x square is there. Here minus x cube is there. So with what term we have to multiply this minus x square to get minus x cube? With what term? We have to multiply with x. So here already two x's are there. When you multiply this two x's with one more x, you will get x cube, isn't it? See here, like this. So say the same thing I have written here. So I have multiplied this term with x, like x square into x, you will get x cube. The symbol is minus. Again plus x into x, x square. Here the symbol is minus. 1 into x, x. So with what term we have multiplied? We have multiplied with x. So the same thing we have to write here in the quotient place like this here. And we'll write this answer down. So we have to write x cube below x cube term, and x square below x square term, and x below this x term like this. And when you subtract, the symbols will change. Minus will become plus, plus will become minus, and minus again will become plus. See here, these two, minus x cube and plus x cube, will get cancelled. And here plus 3 minus 1, nothing is there in front of here. So 1 you have to take. Yes, plus 3 minus 1, that is plus 2. And here minus 3 plus 1. Let us see the answer. And we'll bring this 5 to down. See, this is the answer. See, plus 3 and minus 1. You'll get plus 2x square. Here, minus 3 plus 1, that is plus 2, minus 2, right? Minus 3 plus 1, that is minus 2. And we have to bring this 5 to down like this. And again, in this step, we have to compare this term, first terms, that is here the first term is 2x square. Here the first term is x square. So no need to bother about the x square. Here the x square is there. Here also x square is there. But here in this term, there is no 2. So you have to multiply with 2. And here minus is there. So when you multiply minus with one more minus, you will get minus into minus plus. So you have to multiply this term with which number? Let us see. So we have to multiply this expression with minus 2, so as to get the same term like this, 2x square. So when you multiply minus into minus plus, 2 into x square, 2x square, plus into minus, minus 2x, minus into minus, you will get plus, 2 into 1, it is 2. So we'll write this minus 2. Where we'll write? Yes, we have to write like this. 2 here. Don't forget to write 2 every time. I observe that students will directly post the answers and they'll continue working out this problem. They'll forget about this putting the number in the quotient place. See, minus 2, every time you have to remember with what number you have multiplied minus 2. So minus 2 here and the answer like this. So again, when you subtract, the symbols will change. Minus, plus, minus. Again, this one is plus 2, minus 2 will get cancelled. And minus 2 plus 2x will get cancelled. So these two will get cancelled. So here plus 5 minus 2. You'll get the answer as 3. So 3 is the remainder. The remainder is 3 and the quotient is x minus 2. So this is very easy problem. One more problem we'll solve. See, this is a very important problem and more typical problem also. See, find the other zeros. If two of the zeros of this polynomial, fourth degree polynomial, look at this polynomial, Amma, this is fourth degree polynomial. The degree of the polynomial is 4. The highest degree is 4. So therefore we call this one as fourth degree polynomial. So if the degree is 4, we should definitely get 4 zeros, isn't it? Already 2 zeros have given here. So for this problem, I'll explain 2 methods. You can choose any method, which method you like it and it is feasible to do. You can adopt that method and practice well. So this is the first method to solve this problem. Already we know the 2 zeros. 2 zeros means one is x plus root 2 and another one is x minus root 2. When you multiply this, a plus b into a minus b, that is a square minus b square, that is root 2, the whole square, the root and square will get cancelled and you will get x square minus 2. Let us divide this p of x with x square minus 2 to get other 2 zeros. Let us divide this. See, again in this problem also, you have to compare the first terms. See here x square is there, this is x to the power of 4. So you have to multiply with 2x square, isn't it? X square into x square, x to the power of 4, 2x to the power of 4 minus 2 into 2, 4x square. So like this, we have to keep 2x square and we have to keep 2x to the power of 4 below this, and this is x square like this. Again, when you subtract, the symbols will change. These two will get cancelled and here it is minus 3 plus 4. You'll get plus 1 and you have to bring these two terms down. See, plus 1. Plus 1x square and you have to bring these two terms down like this. Again, you compare this first term. Here it is minus 3x cube and here it is x square. 2x's, 3x's. So we need one more x, isn't it? One more x and one more minus 3 also we need. The quotient should be minus 3. So let us see. Yes. So the quotient should be minus 3 and one more x also we need. We have to multiply like this. We'll get answer like this. And we'll put this minus 3x in the quotient place and we'll put this one here. And these two will get cancelled. And here also plus 6 minus 6 also will get cancelled and you can bring this one x square down. And one more term is there, constant also you have to bring down like this, and you again compare. This is 1x square, here x square. So whatever is there, the same thing is there. So you have to multiply with 1 plus 1. When you multiply, you'll get the same answer. So with what number you are multiplying? Plus 1. And I'll keep plus 1 here and the answer down like this. Again, when you subtract, the symbols will change and these two terms will get cancelled and you'll get 0 as a remainder. Why we got 0 as a remainder? We know that this one is factor for this polynomial. See, when we divide 6 with 2, we'll get 0 or not? Yes, 0 will get. Why? Because we know that 2 is a factor for 6. Likewise, x square minus 2, this one is a factor of p of x. Therefore, we got 0 as a remainder. And when you multiply this divisor and the quotient, you'll get the dividend, isn't it? So p of x will be when you multiply these two terms, divisor and the quotient. Again, we'll factorize this term and we'll find the two more zeros. We'll factorize. This is the quotient and this is the remainder. We know the quotient, we know the remainder now, and we can write like, see here, and we have to factorize this one to get two more zeros. See here, x square coefficient is 2. When you multiply the coefficient with constant, so 2 into 1, 2. So we have to search the factors for 2. 2 means I have taken 2 ones are 2. Here there is minus 3. So I have taken minus 2 minus 1. So that you can get minus 3. And you can take 2x common like this. So what remains inside? X minus 1. Here x minus 1. And 2x minus 1. And one more is x minus 1. So this is a fourth degree polynomial. You will get 4 zeros. Already 2 zeros we know, and we found out the another 2 zeros also. So these are the 4 zeros for this fourth degree polynomial. This is factor remainder theorem. This is a division method, and one more method also I will explain. And this is one more method. The same problem. We know these two are the zeros. This is a fourth degree polynomial, and we know the p of x. This is a fourth degree polynomial. Definitely there will be 4 zeros. So let us write down what are the coefficients. A x to the power of 4 plus b x cube plus c x square plus dx plus e. So this is a fourth degree polynomial, no? So x square coefficient will be 2, b will be minus 3, c will be minus 3, d will be 6, and e will be minus 2. So we'll get 4 zeros. 4 zeros means, let us assume the 4 zeros as alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. We know the sum of the zeros. Already we have discussed this in the previous session. The sum of the zeros will be minus b by a. That is equal to minus of minus b. We know b, what is b? That is minus 3 by 2. So you'll get 3 by 2. And the product of the zeros will be e by a. Product of the zeros will be e by a. We know the e value is minus 2 and the a value is 2. That you will get minus 1. Let us, we know 2 zeros, isn't it? One is root 2, the another one is minus root 2. So I have taken, there are 4 zeros now, alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. I have taken gamma as root 2 and delta as minus 2. Now substitute these values in these two equations. So first, initially I'll substitute in this equation. In place of gamma, I substituted plus root 2. In place of delta, I substituted minus root 2. So what happened? These two will get cancelled. You will get alpha plus beta as 3 by 2. Let us take this one as a first equation. And now in the product also we'll substitute in place of gamma and delta, that is root 2 into minus root 2. Root 2 into minus root 2. Here root 2 into root 2, the root 2 whole square, and you will get the root and square will get cancelled, and you can take the minus 2 to the other side. Minus also will get cancelled. You will get 1 by 2. So alpha beta, you got it as 1 by 2. You know the formula, a minus b whole square a minus b whole square can be written as a square plus b square minus 2ab. That is one of the formula. And one more formula also, you can write a minus b whole square in this form also. That is alpha plus beta the whole square minus 4 alpha beta. In place of alpha plus beta, I substituted 3 by 2. And in place of alpha beta, I substituted 1 by 2. Like this. 1 by 2. See, let us see this one. Alpha minus beta, you got it as 3 square, that is 9, 2 square, that is 4, minus here 2 and 4 will get cancelled. You will get 2 as an answer, 2 by 1, 4, 1 when LCM, when you take 4 is an LCM, 4 2 is 8, you will get 9 minus 8, you will get 1 by 4. So alpha minus beta whole square is equal to 1 by 4. So from this, alpha beta is equal to the square. When you take to the other side, it will become root. So root of 4, it is 1 by 2. Alpha minus beta is 1 by 2. You got alpha plus beta, that is 3 by 2. Alpha minus beta is 1 by 2. These are the two equations. You can find out easily the alpha and beta values by solving the simultaneous equations. You know this method. This is alpha plus beta. This is alpha minus beta. When you add, these two will get cancelled. These two will get cancelled, isn't it? Alpha plus alpha, you'll get 2 alpha. And 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2. 3 by 2 plus 1 by 2. These are the like terms. You will get 4 by 2. 4 by 2 is nothing but 2. And when you bring this 2 to the other side, you'll get 1. So one root we got the alpha root is 1. And we'll substitute the alpha value in the equation 1. And we'll find out the beta value like this. Like this. 3 by 2 minus 1. So 1 is taken out from 3 by 2, you'll get the remainder as 1 by 2. So we got all 4 zeros. 1 0 is root 2, the another one is minus root 2, and the third one is 1, and fourth one is 1 by 2. So the zeros are alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. How do you feel this method, ma? This is the second method. Without doing the division, I found out the 4 zeros. So if you feel the division method is little bit difficult, you can choose this method also to solve the roots for the polynomial when the sum of the roots are given. So this is the another method. Thank you. Thank you, students, for listening.